Alone in her family's remote cabin nestled deep within the woods, Mia felt the weight of isolation pressing down on her. It was supposed to be a weekend retreat, a chance to unwind from the stresses of city life. But as night fell and shadows lengthened, the tranquility she sought turned into an eerie silence that unnerved her. The cabin, a quaint yet aging structure, creaked and groaned with each gust of wind. Mia tried to distract herself with a book by the fireplace, but her mind kept drifting to the unsettling feeling of being watched. The forest beyond the windows seemed to hold its breath, as if hiding secrets just beyond her sight. As midnight approached, Mia reluctantly decided to retire to her bedroom upstairs. The staircase groaned under her weight, echoing through the empty cabin like a distant cry. She closed the bedroom door behind her, locking it out of habit more than any real sense of security. Lying in bed, Mia listened intently to the night sounds, the rustling of leaves, the occasional hoot of an owl. But there was something else, a faint scratching noise coming from downstairs. She dismissed it as the wind or perhaps a small animal seeking shelter. Just as she started to drift into an uneasy sleep, Mia was jolted awake by a loud crash from the kitchen. Heart pounding, she grabbed a flashlight and cautiously descended the stairs. The kitchen was in disarray, utensils strewn across the floor. Cabinets hanging open. Mia's breath caught in her throat as she realized she was not alone. Fear gripped her as she frantically searched the cabin, her flashlight beam trembling. Every shadow seemed to conceal a lurking presence, every creak of the old floorboards a harbinger of impending doom. The cabin, once a sanctuary, had transformed into a labyrinth of terror. In a moment of dread clarity, Mia recalled the local legend whispered among townsfolk, a tale of a restless spirit haunting these woods, seeking retribution for a forgotten injustice. She had dismissed it as superstition, but now she couldn't shake the feeling that something malevolent lurked within the cabin's walls. As Mia reached the living room, her flashlight flickered and died, plunging her into darkness. Panic seized her as she fumbled for her phone, only to find it inexplicably devoid of signal. The oppressive silence closed in around her, broken only by the sound of her own ragged breaths. Suddenly, a chilling whisper echoed through the cabin, a voice so close yet so distant, speaking words that sent shivers down Mia's spine. She spun around, heart pounding in her chest, but the room was empty save for the flickering shadows cast by the dying embers in the fireplace. With trembling hands, Mia stumbled towards the front door, her mind racing with thoughts of escape. But just as her fingers brushed the doorknob, a cold gust of wind slammed it shut with a force that shook the cabin. She was trapped, ensnared in a nightmare from which there seemed to be no awakening. Hours passed in agonizing silence as Mia huddled in a corner, her back pressed against the wall. The cabin seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, a presence that fed on her fear and despair. She closed her eyes, willing the nightmare to end, but the whispers persisted, growing louder and more insistent with each passing moment. Dawn broke like a distant promise, casting a feeble light through the cabin's windows. Exhausted and trembling, Mia cautiously approached the door once more. This time, it swung open effortlessly, revealing the peaceful serenity of the forest bathed in morning light. Thank you for joining me on this haunting journey into the woods and the mysteries of the cabin. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more chilling tales like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos exploring the darker side of our world. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe. Goodbye.